Greetings everyone, Negative Space here, bringing you a 2 vs 2 Starcraft 2 commentary. Here I am, Negative Space, as the Terran player, my ally going to be Paladin as Zerg, our opponent's Junes as Zerg, and his ally Sigs as the Protoss. This is going to be on one of the new ladder maps for 2 vs 2. Not exactly sure what it's called. I guess I should maybe keep up on that a little more. But this one's a little bit crazy. Probably the biggest difference from kind of the more standard maps we've seen. In the middle of the map there's this large kind of valley type thing with very weird resource nodes on either end, with only 6 mineral patches and 2 geysers being gold expansions, and then ramps on either side that don't exactly line up. They're kind of not exactly straight paths to any particular area. Kind of have to wind around a little bit to be able to get anywhere. One base on each side also has backdoor rocks on the side of these 2 expansions here, mirrored on the other side as well. And the watchtowers are very peculiar as well. There are 2 on either end which overlook these expansions here, and there's one in the center which sticks out into the valley area, and on either side a little bit, which can only really give you a brief glimpse of whether someone's approaching on this lane there. Drone moving in here, scouting my ally, who is getting his spawning pool. Not gonna see a whole lot, getting gas now as well. Not a whole lot of point to scouting there. I am going 2 racks so far, got my early gas. See what build I'll be going. That stupid drone. I always just put an SCV on it, just so they, for one, so they don't try to pick off an SCV that's trying to build, and 2, just so they don't try to just hang out in the base all day long, which sometimes they like to do. He didn't micro that drone away as he could have, and then I'm going to be diversifying my build a little bit here. Lately, a build I've been trying out which has worked out pretty well is my first barracks will pump out a marine, then add a reactor. My second barracks will immediately start a tech lab, and then about the time when this tech lab will finish, I'll almost have 100 gas to be able to research stim pack as soon as possible to get that completed. Queen moving over here, and my marine moving up here to get this overlord, which doesn't appear to be up here for any reason. It could easily be up here where it might be out of range or something. I don't know what these Zerg players are thinking. Even moving the queen and the marine to the other side of the overlord so it moves the wrong way. No way that's gonna escape. And who will get the kill? Oh, the queen gets the kill. Marine already getting a drone kill, so he made his paycheck. And uh-oh, supply blocked. Is there a supply depot somewhere? Maybe that one just completed. So one difficult thing I've been having is keeping up on my supply depots, because with this reactor and continuously pumping out SCVs, use up a lot of more supply a lot quicker than usual. So see, this supply depot is even late. I'm supply blocked again. Unable to get that marauder out. Working on second gas now. Probably could have started a 3rd barracks sooner. Something that I like to get more is a 3rd barracks rather than a factory most of the time. Especially because my macro, let's see how my macro's doing. See, I'm supply blocked again. Well, I'm not supply blocked yet, but I'm up to max supply, so I should have started another supply depot already. That's just, I'm not used to being able to pump out as much units as fast as this build does. Working on that supply depot now. Seeing what's going around the map. These rocks were worked on a little bit. Some zealots going up there trying to fix that. This player getting a lot of zerglings, a group and a half of them. He got an early expansion. Let's see, not really droning up yet, getting even more zerglings. They're moving forward here, looking like they might be trying to do something. This probe up here either scouting or possibly looking for a place to put a proxy pylon. And this player has 4 gateways, so definitely looks like that's what he's trying to do. Definitely as this outline of a pylon seems to have appeared here. Got some marauders now for those inevitable stalkers. And we know they're here just because of this Zelnaga watchtower. As you can see, we can see them out of the corner of our eye. I move my marauders here closest to the ledge because they have the longest attack range. Just letting them know that we know they're there. But these zerglings are definitely dangerous. Look at that, they got 2.5 groups of zerglings now. I definitely don't have anywhere near that many units. Look at the supply. I actually have the same amount of supply. That's probably because I have, see, 23. Even have the, definitely, I have more SCVs. So they're moving in here. All these zerglings, all these stalkers, a few zealots. See how much our army really stands a chance. Zerglings split a little bit between the hatchery and our army. There we go, the zerglings moving over, taking out a lot of my army. Stim weakening my guys even more. Looks like they're going to clean up the zerglings, but there's still 6 stalkers up here. Able to take out a stalker, 5 stalkers, 2 zealots. But our opponent warping in more units close by with this proxy pylon. Other opponent running in more zerglings. Spine crawlers are definitely going to discourage that. And with 9 stalkers now reinforced up here. These 3 barracks not able to queue up enough units to be able to hold this back so far. They're moving around here, deciding where to attack next. Moving into these bunkers, probably not the best idea. Probably could have scouted up here, maybe moved back, using a few stalkers, losing that zealot. But the zerglings coming down to reinforce, almost get us around on those guys. They're going to pull them back into this bunker, but... And here we go, ally moving in with these feelings. Probably could have surrounded these stalkers. But here they go, they're moving back, but they're not attacking, so they're just going to get picked off by these zerglings. Try to focus down some SCVs, but no luck there. Finally able to head off that was a pretty devastating push. Took out an expansion, a lot of drones, evened out our armies. Supply count for red is almost nil. Not sure where his drones and his main went. Maybe my opponent probably moved some zerglings in there to take those out while they were pushing. And here we go. Wanted to move an SCV down here to be able to expand, but he's continually warping in stalkers over here, 7 stalkers. I didn't feel like I should engage that quite yet. He could easily just warp in more, or his Zerg ally just run reinforcements over there. And uh-oh, I missed this again. Zerglings over here taking out this hatchery. All these speedlings able to just move across the map, able to catch them completely off surprise. He was so under-droned, and he wasn't able to remake that Zergling army to be able to defend himself. Protoss had his stalkers over here instead, and the Zergling's able to, circumvent the map again and be able to take out that pylon. The spawning pool might bleed out if he's not careful. Doesn't have any creep tumors. Only has this single queen at this point. But just trying to get as many drones as he can now, just because he's been so low on drones. 13 drones still. It's 13 minutes into the game. And with only 13 drones, that's not very ideal at all, as opposed to my ally's 23, which he's working on getting more now that he got his expansion back up. Working on a spire. And my 21, not sure exactly why I have 21. Where'd my SCVs go? There's some of them. Usually I'll try to get a full, basically a full group on my main, and then start splitting them off to each expansion. Maybe my macro is just off just because of that early aggression. Wasn't able to up the SCVs that I wanted to. But usually I'll probably have something like 25 to 30 at this point. And let's see. Still working on some Hellions. I'm just figuring he's going to get a lot of Zerglings, which he still has. He could, you know, Zerg can easily transition into just about anything. And our other opponent finally getting an expansion up. This isn't even as saturated as it needs to be. He could pretty much just be using all of his minerals and all of his chrono boost on probes at this point, not even chrono boosting his expansion. Not sure what he uses. Maybe he did once. But he could be using both of these and just pump out as many drones probes as he needs, and definitely be able to fully saturate both of his bases very easily. But not doing that, my ally is continually droning up. I double expanded, working on a planetary fortress down here. Probably going to put up a few turrets just in case there's any air harass or Dark Templar play. Here we are joking. My ally is joking a little bit about what happened to our opponent's hatchery. You know, remember, I can't see what's going on over here, so all I see is a blank spot where the hatchery used to be. And my ally jokes about it walking off on its own. And I said, that's overpowered. Hatcheries should not just be able to get up and walk around. That's, well, command centers can do that, but I don't know. That's not even really that overpowered. I can float this down and try to circumvent any goofy units that might still be trying to sit over here. Still trading up lots of guys. A little bit of a downtime there for a minute, just because we were trying to macro up. My main is pretty much out of resources, so I was trying to double expand. Didn't really have any action there, and our opponent was trying to do the same just because he lost his main. And here we go again. All these drones getting stuck on those Zerglings. A lot more drones dying. But this time his ally is nearby to be able to move in and protect it. And somehow we also scouted this, but I don't remember how, because I just mentioned no saturation, and really there's not a whole lot to worry about at this point. If we're 18 minutes into the game and he doesn't even have 2 bases saturated, whereas I have 3 bases and not quite good saturation, but I'm working on it, and there's not really a whole lot to worry about. I know he can't out-tech or out-upgrade, or, you know, he can mass units pretty well, but basically siege tanks will be able to solve that problem. Finally getting an engineering bay. Don't even have a starport yet. That's just how concentrated I was on macro there for a few minutes. See, producing SCVs out of all of my command centers. My ally even going for another expansion over here. Continuously working on mulisks. Just the harass of this game has been super successful. Being able to take out lots of drones about 3 times now, and even being able to take out a hatchery once. And look at this, our opponent still just has Zerglings at this point, working on a high